that's a triple play. New episodes, I couldn't wait. Yeah, open your mind at the first gate. Press play, no need to debate. AOA, check me out. Look, clocked in, you can catch the hype. Golden Dawn, how we follow the light. Anime like life, married to it, my wife.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages? Welcome back to the AOA show. I'm your host, as always, Ian, along with the boys Isaiah.
Oh, hi, yo.
And Gavin.
What is Gucci Shoe?
And we're here with the final set of blog posts for now, that is, but more of the long-form discussion style is going to come to an end, really, because now we're going to be going chapter by chapter after this. So for those of you who have stuck it out during this entire ride, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We love you all, and hopefully you will continue to stay with us for more anime and Tower of God adventures.
Yep.
Many more to come. So we will be covering episodes 59 to 68 of Season 3. Let's get into this. I'm excited to go. Make sure you guys are staying tuned, by the way. All through this week, we will be releasing our discussions. We may have already released one at the time of recording, so you definitely don't want to miss those and any future collaborations that we have with Bonehead as well. I know on some of the Saturdays, we've been streaming our ranking series, going through the arcs, or the major arcs, one by one, and going through some of the top moments, fights, abilities, characters, etc. So that's something you definitely don't want to miss. But anyway, hopping into it here, Gavin, why don't you start us off with episode 59?
Oh, snap. Episode 59. Look at our beautiful coon baby. Oh,
Is it cool?
Bam.
that's a band baby. If anybody didn't know, I'm blind. That's why I wear glasses. Definitely thought that was coon. Definitely. Not even a question. There was confidence.
That's good.
All right, to be fair, this is a little too simplistic. All right, it's been a doozy. This week's doodle is a portion of art that will be going into the Line Webtoon app 7-year anniversary. Well, for me, all I can do is always give my best for the chapters here every week. I am truly amazed that my work is being serviced around so many countries worldwide with readers all over. I hope more good works come out in the future so that more and more good works can be shared with everyone. Like I said last week, I am not feeling too good, and I've been busy. So I will just tell you how I'm doing in this week's afterwards like last week. Yesterday, I suddenly had intestinal inflammation to the point where I had to get an IV injection. Holy crap. But thanks to the power of the fluids, I am now feeling better enough to move around. Well, it's not like I'm seriously ill just because I'm not doing well. It's just the condition of my body not doing too well. So I'm just reducing stressors outside of work. Please don't worry. Well then, I'll be back next week. Company Commander Caliban and Bam! Have a happy, safe, and healthy week, and I hope you enjoy our anime every Wednesday.
All right, we're going to get started with episode 60 here, season 3. We got Bomb with his new shield, showing it off to the boys. Didn't last too long, but to be honest, I wouldn't have wanted it to last too long in that fight. It would have been a little unrealistic, but it is a sweet power-up nonetheless. And yeah, it's going to come back, and he's going to have like sword and shield for certain fights where he needs to go like close range. Because that was always one of Bomb's weaknesses, I guess, if he has any, is that he's a little squishy. You know, he's like glass cannon. So now that he has a shield that can at least block 1 to 2 hits from Caliban, who's up there, and a sword, he has this close range ability now. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So, anyway, moving on to the blog post, though. Rack says, "The turtle is really a turtle now. Is he a blue turtle or a black turtle?" Coon, he's just not a turtle. Impossible, Coon. That logic is flawed. Rack's like, you're speaking gibberish right now. All right. It's already the last week of April. Now that I think of it, which is ironic because it's now the last week of April, but this was last year. Mind blown. Now that I think of it, it was last year that I started Season 3, and now even Season 3 is a year old. Time sure does fly. It's flying for both me and this work. Last week, my health was really terrible, but I'm doing better this week. I was doing catch-up work last week, skipping meals and having lower quality sleep. But why? You know what I mean? It's like, guys, don't worry. My stomach lit on fire from the inside. My wrist is falling off. I'm just in terrible straits. I'm trying to reduce my stressors. By the way, I doubled the workload. I haven't eaten, and I sleep for 2 hours a night. And it's like, what
again, the hiatus is indicative of like the lifestyle he's been living with this comic producing. Like, he just doesn't.
Yeah.
He just like he hasn't up until the hiatus, he hasn't had a moment where he's like, you know what? Let me just take a week for me. Yeah. You know, it's been like, SIU, I'm going to need like 40 panels by tomorrow. It's like, all right, I guess I won't sleep. And like, you know.
Oh my goodness, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, excuse me. I think this is just an occupational hazard of a webtoon writer, I guess. I've been eating a lot of healthy foods, thank God, and I think living a long life is a pretty good life goal too. Unless it's miserable the whole time.
That is true.
I don't know. Writing just a little bit about this week, ... When I saw Bomb's new blue thing, it made me crave soy crab for some reason. But ever since the corona, I haven't been able to eat soy crab. I can order other foods online, but not soy crab. It creates too much trash, and since I live alone, having trash means eating up a lot of inventory space I can't afford to use. Anyway, I want my soy crab. What the hell am I talking about?
Damn,
a very human
that's not
moment.
a fucking mood. I don't know what is. It's like
very human
Anyway,
moment.
I really need fish. Why am I talking?
That was funny. So the metamorphosis that Bomb uses is actually a bit different from the metamorphosis used by the canine people. So it's not really a transformation like it is in the canine people, but Bomb utilizes utilizing the principles of it to use his powers within. Okay. Yeah, because he's got like alien demon things inside him, so there's got to be like a little bit of a twist to
Yeah,
it, right?
administrators and like all those doodads.
Like we transform him into dog tree things, and he's like, I don't even know what I am. I'm from like Jupiter or some shit. I don't even know. Anyway, our children are fighting hard on the battlefield. Tower of God, as the webtoon, has a bigger scale for the side characters than for the main characters. So regardless of how the story progresses and how big a battle they fight, the kids end up looking like kids. I think that's a good thing. Now that I think of it, I sometimes go, is it just me that as I get older, I also get weaker? No, it's not just you. That's just life. But when I also think about whether I've done my best for this work and my kids, I have many regrets on that front too. I should do better. I'll leave it a wrap here today, and I'll be back next week. Of course, you'll see the kids one more time on Wednesday with the anime. I hope you enjoy the anime. Have a happy and healthy week, and Bomb will come back next week with his crab shells, with me.
Oh, dude, I'd love thinking that like SIU was like watching that week to week when it came out.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just so,
Yeah, you know he
It's
was.
just so wholesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, chapter 61. We got the
That's
boy.
Coon.
Yeah,
No, that's Bam.
Oh, damn.
I was like, I don't know why he's swapping the characters.
That's
weird.
Jeez.
With,
Let's be honest. If you remove the hair and like put the eye color similarly, it'd be pretty hard to tell who was who.
Dude, it was kind of like that in the first one. I'm just
that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Well, he was wearing Bam's outfit, but
No, yeah. So if you make them naked and then you remove like, their hair color and
Make
their
them
eyes.
naked, dye their hair, they're
Yeah.
the same person, and give them context.
That's what I'm saying. Their
Yeah.
facial structure is pretty damn similar, all things considered.
all right, so we got Kuhn holding Ivanko and
Angel and Baragon?
No, I think
Is
it's
it?
Doom. With the
Or
wings.
Doom.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
true.
Doom
Good
and-
catch.
I like how I know that one.
Is that,
That's
yeah,
fair.
he's like, that's clearly Doom. You idiots. Meanwhile, it's like, who's that holding him? I don't know, Rack?
I don't know who the third person is, though.
I think it's. But I mean, that drawing is so like minimal.
Yeah,
you
right.
couldn't. You could just guess.
No, we have to figure it out before we move on.
Yeah, I don't want him to tell me. I want to figure it out.
We'll be here 3 hours later.
Hello, this is SIU. Today for my doodle, I drew Kuhn, good choice, who got the biggest spotlight despite everyone else doing the fighting. Kuhn is a character that is very efficient with his moveset, it seems.
Movements.
Movements. What I meant. Testing
And his
you all.
moveset.
You passed. Congratulations. Sometimes I get asked if Kuhn's the smartest among the regulars, and I remember in my lore that while Kuhn is good with situational awareness, so he is good at planning moves ahead or using his opponents against themselves, while Shibisu is much better at studying. Kuhn's an elite, but Isu seems to have a lot going on for him too.
Nice. I like how he's actually recognizing Isu because he needs that.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it in the story.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just like,
No, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
big
yeah,
brained
yeah.
where the sniper is.
But I mean, we just don't
Like,
see enough of Shibisu.
Which is
and it's not
interesting,
fair.
though, because the comparison here, everyone always refers to Kuhn. Obviously, he has merit and credentials to back that up as, like, the biggest... Sorry, I keep on smacking my watch because it's the biggest brain, just, you know what I mean, general with all these things, and we don't see Isu as much. But Isu, again, this dude in a tracksuit on the 52nd floor is like one smart mofo, dude.
I
He's
think
like
people,
Kuhn
like-
level smart, if
people-
not smarter.
like generalize intelligence too much, where it's like, Kuhn and Isu aren't the same kind of intelligence.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean either one of them is not, what I mean?
Lacking.
It's just they specialize in different things.
I just like it when he gives Isu credit.
Oh,
I
100%.
love
Yeah,
Isu.
of course.
It's one of my
This is dope.
faves.
The weather is getting hot, but I think this time of the year is when it gets really hot is the best time for people to be outdoors. In Korea, the coronavirus seems to have calmed down, but it worries me that it's still in full swing globally. I hope you all are staying well.
Meanwhile, in America.
Yeah. Everybody's dying.
It's just terrible, dude.
Actually, I had things to do during the holiday, so I was out for a bit, and suddenly I got a double nosebleed. Oh my god, Jesus! He's just
Why? What happened?
I don't know. At this point, dude, his body is just like looking for reasons to be sick.
God,
which hadn't happened ever in my life before. Yeah, that is kind of like scary because it's like
it's like
a nosebleed could be as a symptom of like several. You know what I mean?
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
You go on Google and it's like nosebleed, and it's like, well, you could just be, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or you're gonna die in 2 minutes. Like it's just like
Exactly. It's like, oh, you're bleeding out of one nostril? That's fine. Happens to everybody. You hit 30, like your body has to work out some kinks. 2 nostrils, you will die tomorrow. It's like, okay.
You never know, bro. It's like it's so ridiculous.
This week, my insomnia has gotten pretty bad to the point where I only got a night or two's worth of proper sleep. My body was already exhausted, but it was a mentally taxing week as well. I bought myself a running machine in my house with big money.
First of all, calling it a running machine, I love. And then with big money.
That's definitely translation issues going on there.
But I love that more. It's like, I bought that shit with big money.
I just picture SIU goes in the workout store with his glasses on. He just takes like 1,000 smackaroos and just throws it on the table. And he's like, I'll take a running machine. Thank you very much.
Bring me your runniest running machine.
I got that big money.
Man, that's priceless. So I will try to work out more and try to rejuvenate myself. I will leave the afterwards short here today. I was expecting another paragraph. You scroll down. These days, myself included, a lot of people want to be more happy. I hope rather than sadness, people find happiness, joy, and health. I will be back next week with a new emboldened white. I hope you enjoyed the anime on Wednesday as well. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, I love that.
Good night. Oh.
Yeah. What did you think?
Yeah. I just thought he was saying good night. And I was like, okay. Good night. Okay, I get it.
like coon and night.
Yeah. No. It just took a second to register in my head. It was like the loading bar for a second. Oh, that was funny. Chad.
Ooh, chapter 62. Hello. This is SIU. This week's doodle is Kala Chad. I drew him because in some regard he is the main character of the Siege of the First Wall.
Yeah.
He does take on front and center.
A stubborn character like Caliban isn't too good with office politics. In fact, if a non-great family member finds themselves in a high position, they rarely receive good treatment normally in the tower. Actually, these days, my body hasn't been doing too well. So outside of work, I've been trying to minimize the time I spend on the computer screen or sitting. So I'll keep the afterwards this week short, too.
Ian gets like antsy whenever he says,
guys,
like,
I'm gonna be doing
use
this.
your posture, like stand up straight, eat broccoli. Like Ian's always like, yes, sir.
I'm gonna be doing the rest of the episode standing right now, just in lieu of this.
All right,
Which is
you can
perfect 'cause
enjoy.
it just cuts your head off.
Yeah, it just cuts my head off. It's like,
I just
Sitting's
love
the new
with-
smoking.
I just love with any
God.
phrase that's like when he's like, I'm not doing well. It always starts with actually, as if it's like a surprise, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Like you might find this hard to believe. I'm sick. It's like, actually, no, I buy it 100
Yeah,
times.
I get more surprised when you're not sick.
Yeah,
Actually, or internally dying.
Me, the pinnacle of health. I'm sick. Can you believe it?
Actually, since my afterwards have become like a routine, so people end up waiting for it, and I do think that it helps me focus myself after uploading a chapter to prepare for the next week. So I've been trying to release at least something short for these. Wow. Okay. That was like I just want to say every single like paragraph that he wrote all ended and started very abruptly. Like the first one was like about the siege and stubborn character, and then it went right into his health, and then it just like kind of ended flat.
Yeah, no.
But I do appreciate that over like, I'll keep this brief, and then 2 more paragraphs of like not brief.
No, that's true. It was just weird.
7 years ago. It is funny though. Not funny. It's actually terrible. But these blog posts in particular, I mean, there's always something going on with his health.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's nothing new under the sun. But to be fair, it does seem, you could see through his writing that there is not only the physical taxation, but it seems to be a large mental taxation,
yeah.
which is like, once that infiltrates, it's done.
Like he doesn't even want to write as much anymore. Yeah.
Trick is to throw out your brain. No mental taxing.
Put into that, yeah.
Brains are like totally
computer program.
20th century.
Yeah.
They're 2019. That's fine. You don't need a brain.
All right, moving on to episode 63.
Savage McGee over here.
Is White, who just can't help but looking cool as hell
All
every
the time, bro.
I can't lie. This week's doodle is White. Since I drew him pretty roughly, he looks a bit loose, kind of like he's covered in blood. I'm down for it though.
Yeah,
I like it.
It works.
Personally, White's changed since not SIU, first wrote him out. Originally, lore-wise, White was supposed to look normal but be a psycho on the inside. But as I put him to the drafts, we had a young Joaquin show up. So I gave him a childish, narcissistic personality to him. And as a result, he's a psycho both on the inside and out. Oh, God. Tower God's most lovable psycho. Considering how the REA family is so restrictive, I thought it would make sense for someone that abandoned the family to have this kind of personality, so I was enjoying it. As he regains his power, he's becoming more reconciled with the original lore it had for him. He's evil, but definitely charming. That's a perfect way to sum him up.
Yes.
And it is, interesting because the REA family, when he says restrictive, is like damn restrictive in the sense that the dad's like, oh no, like you're all just like food for me. You know what I mean? Like we don't have the sibling thing going
So
on.
like if
like,
you
that's
can't
a
kill
rarity.
me, and make no mistake, none of you can kill me. You're just food.
Yeah, which is, like at least the Coon family, he's like, I have so many kids I can't even keep count. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, just go whatever. Like, at least you could be walking through the tower and be like, hey, you see a Coon somewhere, it's like, oh, hey, what's up with it? You know what I mean? Like, dad's being a dick, you know it. You know what I mean? Then like you can
As they literally backstab the living shit out of each other.
Yeah. Actually, it's more like
Yeah, but at least you know it's a Coon you're backstabbing. You know what I mean? Type thing. The REA family's like, I'm alone. You know, and it's just like, I might as well be fucking psychotic.
Yeah, which is why I love all the more his personality with this story, because it's like if the REAs are like, all strict and disciplined, like White coming out here being like, "What's up, nigga?" Like he's just so flamboyant, and the opposite of it, it works. It 100% works.
Coming down the runway, just
Facts, bro.
Oh god, with his overly large sword just
Dude, the
swinging
moment
everywhere.
we met Joaquin and he stepped out the hell tree and he's like just this big dramatic I'm like, that dude. I fuck with that dude.
He's crazy, bro.
He is.
All right, since his first post-full revival fight against Caliban, it may be difficult to see how much stronger he's become. But Caliban is an Army Corps commander tier fighter with a colorful resume, and they're both fantastically powerful. Bomb seems to be up to something. Wonder what? These days, I have a lot going on in my mind. It's like a whole bunch of worries I had for a long time are coming up to the surface slowly. I couldn't say I was perfectly happy, but I thought I was getting close. But at times, I feel I'm getting further away, which can be discouraging. I'm getting old, although I haven't reached my midlife crisis yet. Oh, God. Even if you worry a lot, it doesn't actually do much good. It actually does no good at all. None. For anyone that was wondering. I hope you guys, my readers, don't have any worries and stay happy and healthy this week. I should work hard to help you all with that, but that's a pretty big task.
True. Impossible, quite frankly. People worrying is like as natural as them breathing. You know what I mean? If your brain's on, you're like, oh, fuck.
You're not wrong.
I know, it's terrible. That's
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry. And when I laugh, that means I'm going into like a defensive, I know it's terrible thing, but I'm going to laugh it away. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's funny. Somebody help me. Oh, my God. Oh, God.
Oh,
Anyway,
boy.
go
And speaking
ahead,
of
kill it, Slugger.
somebody who just looks like he has the worries of the world on his shoulder, chapter 64 has the man Bam just worrying, bro. It looks like he's thinking. Hello, everyone. I'll just leave a doodle and a few words today as well. Yeah, it's
he's
losing
like
so
he's like,
apparent
Yeah.
that he's
so
like,
apparent.
all right, here's a paragraph, and it's like,
Yeah. Yep.
Which makes me all the more happy that he went on the break.
100%,
Because it's
of
not even
course.
just for the wrist, which we initially were like, oh, it's his wrist or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
clearly there's a mental thing.
No, I was saying, to be honest, like this 6 months wasn't even to like figure out how he's going to keep writing the story, but it was like just to not die, like just to get back on track with like how living's supposed to work and recover. That he's needed it. Today's doodle is Viol. These days, I'm drawing him not as burnt dark as early Season 2 Viol. Kind of like Bam plus Viol. Of course, in terms of strength, he's the strongest he's ever been. But now, unlike before, he was fighting regulars. Now he's fighting high rankers. So relative to his opponents, he's about as weak as he's ever been. Of course, he's a growing boy that's always it's also a very quick learner. So we don't know how long that will last. I imagine not very long. Viol, be it Season 1 or now, is centered around the concept of being a quick learner and absorbing things and growing. Of course, now his Shinsu manipulation techniques and floral butterfly resonant pierce technique, SIU, my man, I love you, but you gotta do something with these names. it just feels like, and maybe again, that's probably a translation thing, but it's like that just feels redundant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there.
He learned from his two teachers. He learned from his two teachers is his core. Okay. As I thought the chapter, as I go through the chapters, people have been pointing out that Bam's learning too many things, so I'm trying to be more mindful of that. However, this is a concept that's been innate to him since the beginning, and there are plans to organize and consolidate his powers. So I hope you will be generously understanding as part of the work's fun to a degree. I'll definitely say that. It's like, as much as like Bam's, got slapped with a technique and now I know it, like can be ass pulley at times. It's not like it came out of literally nowhere, and like we've literally known about it since Season 1, like literally Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's good. May is almost over. May is actually a special month for me, but considering my mental and physical health, I'm simply hoping that I can just put in a little bit more waiting and push through to the end of each chapter.
Waiting.
Yeah, waiting for everyone. I hope all of you readers also enjoy the remainder of this month and stay healthy. I will come back next week with Archer Bam.
Yeah.
Ooh, Archer Bam! And Smile says, painting, Korean pronounced pei-tin or waiting. Oh, painting.
Oh, waiting.
It's Korean pronounced, is a Korean word of support or encouragement. Okay, interesting. Wow, that is confusing that that is literally the word waiting, just with an H.
Yeah, right?
It is frequently used in sports or whenever a challenge such as a difficult test or unpleasant assignment is met. It derives from a Konglish borrowing of the English word fighting. There is some knowledge for us
Keep
all.
on fighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems to be similar to the Japanese ganbate. Oh, okay. Yes, that actually does help me a lot as a certified weeb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
That is cool. Ice cream.
Oh, it's me. Episode 65. Oh my God, she was
that's
so
cool.
cool. Bam and Roll, look at Rack already munching on it, dude. He don't wait
he
for
knows.
nothing.
And he
knows.
requested green specifically.
And
Everybody
green
else
is
got
green
blue.
apple, and that's one of the peak flavors. So I respect it.
Agreed.
Mm.
Cheapest who just didn't get one.
Well,
I
mean,
know
yeah,
he's holding one.
Yeah,
Where?
right on the corner there.
Nice observation there, Sherlock.
Shit.
I'm kidding.
Looks like I'm blind. Yeah, no, you're right. I'll take an L on that one. I didn't even see it.
Hello, this is SIU. May is already almost over. My birthday was. Police! Policia!
Anyway, moving on.
He's like, me? Hold grudges?
You don't want to know where I can hold that spear. My birthday was a short while ago, and a lot of you sent me congratulations. Thank you. I always ended up being the one having to thank you all, and I can't do too much for you. So I feel so sorry for that. You give us the greatest Tower of God chapters known to man, so you shut your-
Yeah.
Tower God chapters.
To be fair, they are the only chapters, so competition.
I'm just saying, have you looked on the
I'm
internet
sure for
some
somebody
other
else
ones?
tried it, yours would be better, but
I don't know. I found some other chapters, like some good ones, if you know what I mean.
Are you talking about porn, Gavin?
keep it PG.
Oh, whoa, I didn't say nothing. Whoa, dirty mind. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about-
pornography. That's the official term.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
not
yeah. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Dude.
Yeah, I said to keep
Shit.
PG.
Yeah. PG is pornography. That's the acronym.
Well played, sir.
This chapter was hard on not just me, but for everyone on the team. We wanted to make the flagship blowing up powerful. We thought it would be a panel too difficult to pull off on a weekly release schedule, but I had a layout I had in mind. so I had the panel sketched out for weeks on my own time. Thankfully, because of that, we were able to finish it with a surprising amount of time.
Hey.
With Caliban coming out from the first wall, this chapter could have been somewhat of a turning point, so I did give it some extra effort, but it seems that I can't please everyone. I just hope that what I had planned out gets through. This is where I will end the afterwards for this week. Wow, yeah, they are dirty short.
I will say that that scene when the ship is about to blow up with I'm forgetting his name, but that coon who's like there doing it.
Yeah.
Hit me harder than I thought it would. Like when he's going through like how he got there and the whole
Really?
situation. He's like, oh, I don't know why I'm filled with all this regret now and everything's about to end. And I'm like, like it hit me harder than I thought it would.
This is my turn?
Yeah.
Now you're pulling me.
All right. Episode 66, that's Bomb.
I think this is one of my favorite pictures that he's done. This looks really cool. I'm about it.
Cool one, personally. Looks like he has got a turtleneck, too. Hello! This is SIU. For this week's Afterwards, I will just post a picture without too much extra. Sad. This chapter is in a sense, wrapped up. This chapter, in a sense, has wrapped up the Battle of the First Wall and served as a transition to the next wall. Although it's only through silhouette, we do see some old faces. Recently, I've been thinking about writing a bit more. I do want to talk about a few of the characters that aren't being shown currently. Of course, writing it and having it uploaded are two different stories. But if it looks fun, I'll try to share it on the blog. Well, I'll be back next week with the familiar faces next week. I'm trying to write the afterwards or recent updates still, even if short. P.S. A bit late, but Tower of God Volume 3 and 4 are now out. As before, you can buy it from online bookstores, so I hope those of you who have been waiting to go out and buy them can get them. He didn't say that, I added words. Thank you. People are like, what is he reading? I'm like, I have my own script.
I just rewrote this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of it.
It's called improv.
Chapter 67, Yasaracha. Hello, this is SIU. Today I drew Yasaracha a bit dryly. Today's afterwards will be short too. You know what's funny, dude? He's been writing, we've been reading, and he's been writing these blog posts for so long that it's not as many times as he's brought up the fact that he's sick. He's like, oh, my stomach is on fire, or my nose is bleeding, or whatever. I've gotten so used to him saying that, but even in him being sick, it still hasn't really felt like it hasn't affected my perception of him until now, when it's he's so sick that he doesn't even want to write as much, and now it's like
He's also not even saying how he's sick. Which is
that is interesting.
And it's now I'm like, I'm scared.
I'm scared.
It's just not good. Not a good time.
Let's elevate our spirits here. Okay, he's gonna be all right.
Fun! When I look at love, it's not that I crave chicken anymore, but I do find that as time goes on, though, I do still like chicken, just less so. I'm not entirely
he's
sure
falling off.
Yeah, bro.
That's it. If that's solidified, I don't know.
Spirits up. He's not that bad. Oh dear.
Yeah,
He's gone.
He likes chicken less than normal. He's done, dude. He's dead.
breaker. He's going out.
It's the chicken.
We're gonna need emergency assistance quick.
Emergency chicken. Force feed him now. Make him like
Bird,
it.
love does not like chicken. I repeat, love does not like chicken anymore.
Eagle has left the nest. Eagle's left the nest. Unreal, dude.
I remembered my parents not liking fried chicken when I was little. But who are these people that are just like, yo, you want some fried chicken? No, I'm good. What?
Yeah, that's
Why?
that sucks.
Are you dying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He better have taken out his parents. I'm just saying. If not, then they just. Oh wait, no, they didn't, because he said he visited. That's why he doesn't visit him anymore. Good on you. Don't look at your parents. Don't love them. They don't deserve
Gavin
it.
just talks himself into this
No, I don't talk. It's canon, dog. His parents don't like chicken. He doesn't talk to them. They don't deserve
He
to be
doesn't like chicken
contacted.
either. He's saying,
No,
bro.
he likes it a little less. That doesn't mean he doesn't like it.
All right.
There you go. Add that math.
The math just comes out to a sum of 2, not 10.
Plug it in the quadratic equation.
Yeah,
There you
geometry. All right, go on.
Perhaps I'm taking after them, but I still want to enjoy my fried chicken. He's still on the train. That's all we can hope for.
He's holding on.
Mule's got a new hat. He did, and it was dope.
Yeah,
Wonder if anyone noticed that.
we did.
We are
We are the smartest readers out there, of course. Thank you, SIU. I'll receive my award now.
Give me Kumpi. I'm big brain. Give me Kumpi. What? It's my award. I won. Oh, jeez. I did hear that American Major League Baseball is starting soon. I hope that the coronavirus calms down so it can start up safely again. It did not, and it did not. In regards to Caliban and Bam being on the same boat, which I'm sure many of you predicted, looks like Caliban's enemy right now is Lowbrick. Lowbrick is also an Army Corps commander, so he's extremely powerful as well. I don't think I need to necessarily redeem all the bad guys, but I do think that the bad guys always need to be against the protagonist at all times. I mean, the protagonist is teaming up with Fug already, so good versus evil this webtoon is, well, well, I do hope you guys look forward to Caliban versus Lowbrick.
Caliban better fuck his shit up, bro.
He will, though. I haven't been a Caliban fan, like, majorly, but now he's on our side. I'd like to see him fuck.
The dude's a Giga Chad. You gotta admit it. Like, he's a Giga Chad.
Just because I don't like him, I can acknowledge Giga Chad like this when I see it.
That is true.
Yeah,
My feelings aside.
That is true.
It's a vibe, bro.
I've been writing a little of the stories I mentioned last week. I'm not trying to be greedy, so I'm just writing about various different ideas on the side for fun. I've been writing about characters we don't see too often these days. If I have something worth sharing, I'll try to at least share a little bit. If not, then not. I'm actually, I mean, like you said, I don't even know if he plans on sharing it, but like side stories or stories written about other characters in the world actually sounds pretty dope.
Agreed. All right, Gavin.
Episode 68. Now we know it's all downhill. There's no picture. That's it.
Shit.
This is it.
No.
This is the last
Gavin,
one.
why'd you point that out?
What do you mean? It's glaring, dog.
It was like, do the math! Do the math! No.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the draw.
Oh, dude. All right, I'm kind of nervous. All right, let me change my undies. All right, here we go.
Yeah, this is bad.
Damn.
All right.
Give me a banana.
Last chapter. Last chapter, no hype. Hello, this is SIU.
You just read it really somber, too.
Yeah.
Today, the battle of the cage continues.
All right.
And then we see a hiatus. Oh, wait. Today, the battle of the cage continued, and then we see a hiatus. Notice at the end. Oh, dear.
He's just laying on the somber, man.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, it's like...
Yeah. Since this was announced in the previews 3 weeks ago, most of you who come here normally should know about this hiatus. But after this chapter, I will be going on a Tower of God hiatus for a while. I'm not sure if you guys read the notice I posted 3 weeks ago, but if you are curious about the details of this hiatus, I would appreciate it if you could read the bottom portion of the post 3 weeks ago. Smile. Here's the hiatus notice.
What a homie you are.
Oh, amazing. There will be a hiatus. Actually, I found out after starting season 3 that I have a neck hernia.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, never heard of that. And I don't want to know what it is.
Everybody stand up. Move this
I don't
camera
even know how like they would solve that, but I'm just like...
Just look.
I got a simple treatment, but because I went back to work right away, now I have a back hernia. It's not too hard.
I didn't mean that in a bad way, but it's just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's just so much.
It's not too hard to the point where I can't work or too painful, but it does hurt if I sit too long or if I move my body. So I have some pressure to take care of. I have some pressure to take care of it while working at the same time. So we've been talking about when to take the hiatus. Okay, I wonder if that was like, because if this is the case, then that's probably why he wasn't saying anything in the last like couple weeks, you know, because it's probably been ongoing. Over the last few months, my bodily condition fell rapidly, and I had trouble staying mentally fit at the same time. So I decided that taking a hiatus to continue the arc in a more relaxed manner with a better condition would be better. That's what I told the higher ups, and I was granted the hiatus.
Can you imagine they were
Wow.
like, no.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Like,
what I'm thinking.
Hey, I'm in incredible pain when I sit or stand.
Or do
can I
anything.
just get like a little bit of time off? No. Like, it's like,
Damn.
oh my God.
A short rest isn't going to make hernias or arthritis go away, but it would indeed help with my overall health, physically and mentally through relaxation. And my team, though it would be a good chance for us to take it would be a good chance for all of us to take a little rest to raise efficiency. I don't like how at the end he said to raise efficiency. No, dude, you can't come back guns blazing and go back into the same rhythm that you were before. You need to pace yourself better. I didn't set a duration for a hiatus this time because I don't know when I will be good enough to start uploading again. But also because I want to have more chapters save up so that if I'm not doing well all of a sudden again, I can take a bit of a break. As such, although it pains me to say this, I am entering an indefinite hiatus.
Sorry.
Horrible time to yawn.
No, I didn't yawn. It was sad crying.
Oh, I didn't look, and it sounded like you were yawning.
It's like,
That's what I thought. I was like, no.
it's like, it pains me to say it. I'm taking a hiatus. Like, and
That's what it sounded like.
Oh, sad crying, damn it.
In the chapter, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people reading, so I wanted to keep the topic exclusively on the hiatus itself. I am sorry I wasn't able to write more there. Well, the pre-hiatus and post-hiatus won't look too different. Even now, everyone in the team, including myself, is working hard for Tower of God, and I know that having a 10-year work this successful isn't easy. So that's why the biggest worry is, what if people think the art will improve after the hiatus? Let's not hold overly high expectations on each other.
You might as well just watch the anime. Like if that's your thing.
Who
like,
actually says this? Have you followed this man at all? Like, Jesus. But I am still an author, so in order to return better than when I left, I will make reserved chapters on a leisurely basis to make sure my hands stay in shape, and I will rest up and come back prepared. Okay. Outside of the previews, the free release is continuing, and the anime is still airing, so I will keep writing on the blog some words or news from me. It won't be as if nothing happened. Anyway, I am sorry to post a hiatus notice like this, but I will still post how I am doing and will try to get better soon.
I guess how many more line breaks are there? I was gonna say. Oh, okay. Never mind. Just keep going. You can knock it out.
As I said, I've been in hiatus mode for 3 weeks now, so I've been working with a bit more time for breaks. Since this is a mid-arc hiatus, it's impossible to not work outright. And since the story's already structured out, I feel as though me continuing to work on it at a reduced pace would be better for the story. I'm not exactly going around or sleeping all day just because it's a hiatus. The only difference is that I'm balancing my work time so that my body isn't put under too much stress. Anyway, I'm working while resting. I will be back once I have enough chapters stored up and my physical and mental health are at manageable levels. And for me, I'm trying to find relaxation in the hiatus by writing out stories both related to and unrelated to Tower of God. One of those stories is about Wangnan.
Hey.
Wow. Wangnan's story has to connect with the main story to some extent. So even though not immediate, I am considering posting it bit by bit instead of the afterward doodles for a bit, before getting it completely organized and creating a new project for it. So I've been thinking about it, and what I have below is the rough draft for the intro to a 4-panel manhwa. Since I want to show you guys at least something in the middle of this hiatus, I doodled a bit while not pushing myself. I'm actually really excited for
Me too. I'm also going to laugh when he comes back and he's going to be like, I worked just as hard as I did. That was all a lie. And
I'm like, dude, I don't care how fucking long you're out. Like, just sleep. If you just gotta sleep for a month straight, just fucking sleep.
Yeah. For real.
Put this man in a hyperbolic chamber or something.
For real. All right, so to live naturally, if accepting your natural limits in life is the will of the gods,
and the gods be damned.
Perhaps to them, humans are the most annoying little creatures. While most creatures in this world live with the limitations given to them according to natural order. If a human finds something that they want, they will somehow find a way to go against that natural order, just so that they can get what they want.
The Horian?
Looks like yes, because
Right,
the neck.
Yeah. And Dorsey?
That or Go-Sang or Me-Sang or
Oh, yeah.
it might be Go-Sang with the skirt. Perhaps in that regard,
Wang Nan, are you all right?
I fell again.
Are you still alive?
I may be the most human of humans. How did I get to be born so human? Fuck.
A tearful tale of Wang Nan's ascension. Interesting. Coming however I feel like it.
Wow.
Let me tag in for you here, buddy.
I actually really like that, like the message in the comic, that's like sort of where it's like people, humans are, that is humanity, in a way to sum it up, right?
Yeah.
Just don't refuse to follow the natural order if we basically if we deem we don't want to.
Yeah. He's got the balls to do it. Wang Nan does. All right. As you can see, I just made this with the idea of it would be fun if there was this kind of story. This is a storyline that connects to the main storyline, so I would like for it to continue in great detail. But I'll focus on the main story first and work on this every once in a while if I remember to. One of the things I've kept in mind were you readers who continued to cheer me on. I feel sorry for you guys who have been with me for 10 years. As many events are happening at the same time, I've had a difficult time physically and mentally, but now that I'm taking a break, I hope to set aside the complicated things and hope to recharge so I can continue Tower of God as a healthier and fitter person. Then I will hope that even while I'm on break, you guys spend the next few weeks happy and healthy. I will upload it on the blog if I have any work to show you or news. I will also be hoping you guys have a happy Monday, even if I'm on hiatus. Then I hope to see you here after the hiatus. Mods who worked on this week's blog posts include Smile. Thank you, Smile.
Thank you.
You're a real one, my friend.
Really, that was.
And to all the mods that helped us throughout all these blog posts. So that's it. And my mind is thoroughly fucking blown that anyone would bitch about him. I don't mean to turn it negative because I don't know how many people there actually were. If there were anyone that, I'm sure there were some
But
people.
I kind of feel like 3 is too many.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
If I'm being honest.
Gee.
Believe it or not, there are actually a bunch of people like that. And it's actually despicable.
No, I'm sure it is.
Yes,
There's people who,
dude.
Believe it or not, can't look this far outside of themselves and what they have going on. It's
Whoa.
how am I not getting my Tower of God story? And it's dude, this is literally not about you. This is about a man who's been dying for 10 plus years and it's just now finally deciding to do something about it and get rest and yeah, I'm dude, I don't even care. I literally don't care how long he needs to take a break for.
Yeah.
Just get well.
That's a fact.
Wow.
Crazy. But on a more lighthearted note, he is on the hiatus. He seemed in these final little blog posts here that we read to be feeling a bit better. Just you could tell through his writing that he was literally down in the dumps in the last couple chapters there, for sure. You could see it through it, but he seems to be, a little better on the up and up, as it were.
Yeah. And I feel like people should take it as a positive because I can't tell you how many times you hear somebody go on hiatus and you don't they're genuinely not continuing their work.
Yeah.
And I mean, he is actively telling you I'm literally doing it at a pace that I can mentally and physically withstand. So it's he's really saying he is working on this story and continuing it because it benefits the story and, it keeps him busy and probably a bunch of other things. But it's he's not just dropping it for 6 months. It's not like he literally dropped the story and is going to come back after a year and is going to pick it up fresh and have to write it and to figure everything out. He is continuing with the same thought process. He's just taking more time.
Yeah. And in a way, it's kind of nice, on some level, because I imagine let's say of all the people of the group of people who are what the fuck, where's my Tower of God story? That some of those people, there is just an innate response that it's I really loved and got connected to this story, so I'm upset that I can't experience more of it or get more of it. And that feeling isolated isn't really wrong, right? It says that SIU's been doing something good and he's been doing something right because that this story has affected people on that high of a level that they're willing to go to that length and be that vocal about it. Yeah. Now obviously the extreme is SIU's health be damned, where's my story and all that. But it is I understand the sentiment of like, oh, it sucks and it's frustrating because like you're not getting any dates, you're not getting any timetables. Like, okay, when is this, or have you like? But like, I think the problem is because unfortunately he's been so lackluster and on and off with how he's handled his health before. Like, this isn't going to be like give me 4 months and I'm good. Like, he's going to kind of have to take this by week by day and like see where he's at, see what more he needs to do, what, you know what I mean? And when he's better, he's better.
Yeah. And not to be too negative here, pessimistic, but even when he comes back,
I'm talking to your mic a little bit.
Even when he comes back, my bad. Even when he comes back, for anyone out there, he summed it up with some of the people thinking it's like, we're going to get better art now. Even past the better art thing, I don't know what the pace is going to be if, what agreement he has set up with Webtoon and all that kind of stuff. If it'll be weekly again, or, he's going to be going through some of the pains again or whatever. Point is that, just be glad for what we can get and be thankful to him for making it.
I'll be real. Like, I don't think the art is at a level where it's like, oh, you think it could get like, I don't give a fuck, dude. The art looks fucking A1. It looks fine now. I'll literally take this shit for the rest of the story. And it's just, it's not. I think like amongst him physically getting better, like changing the literal pace that he produces this at is like what's gonna help. Because if he just like you were saying, if he just comes back and he's like, all right, back to the weekly release, it's like. That his health and all the outside external things were definitely a factor, but the pacing that this story was required, that's what put it through a lot of stress. That was a main contributor to a lot of the stress. That's a lot of the deadlines, a lot of the reasons he had to stay up and lack sleep and lack eat. Like you know what I mean. So if he can adjust the literal way that he produces the story in the future, I think that will.
Yeah, it's like, can we do this bi-weekly? Maybe
monthly. Like you know what I mean. It sounds. I know people don't want to hear that, but like, I just, I'm very like, I feel weird saying this, but like pro his health in the sense that it's like, I don't get whatever the schedule is, right? As long as his health is being treated with the respect that it needs.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Also for him too, I don't know how he gets paid, through that. If it's true. Not even like, I'd love to do it monthly, but I kind of can't, because I need to pay rent or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, we were happy to have finally caught up with this story because it has been a hell of a ride. And thank you, SIU, for making such a fantastic world for us to enjoy and be a part of. Really, from the bottom of our hearts, can't thank you enough.
And I feel like these blog posts have, have helped me connect with the story more through him. It's like getting to read his literal thoughts on everything. It kind of has put the perspective on certain characters and moments and things that happen in like a more personal light. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, I really like genuinely feel like I've connected with him through this method of like reading blog posts. And so, this has been fun.
Agreed. All right, folks, that's going to do it for our blog post read through today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you're smashing like, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that bell if you are new here so you don't miss any future content on the show. Also, commenting your thoughts down below. What did you think of these blog posts about the whole situation with SIU? How excited are you for the story to come back, etc.? Let us know all of those thoughts. We also have our comment of the day. Gavin, if you'd like to read that one off for us.
Oh, I'd be pleasure to. And this is the last comment of the day for now.
For blog posts,
There's going to be any more questions, so you can bask in all this glory, drowning in Yuji's deep voice. Thank you for your comment. The answer is my one and only best girl, Evenkel. That was the answer to the question, who was the previous person drawn in the panel. Even though I've read this series multiple times, I've never actually read the blog posts. So I've been reading along with you guys. Oh, that's cute. I like that. My respect for SIU has just skyrocketed after hearing what he's been through. I'm hoping for his full recovery and for Tower of God's community to continue to grow.
I couldn't think of a better comment.
Well said.
Literally, we didn't even plan that. Yeah, Deadass, we just took a comment that was, obviously we just randomized it. Whoever commented, but that was perfect.
I literally summed up everything.
That summed up everything. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes. If anyone has a question, not that we're going to, obviously, there's not going to be a next blog post discussion in this format, at least for a while, depending on how we do things. But does anyone have a question? Because I'm curious to know which one of you's watched till the end of the video.
What are you most excited to see when Tower of God returns?
Good one.
And why is it Yuri?
Good one again. All right. Anyway, so comment that down below. Comment whatever you want, and we'll know that you made it till the end of this video. And we do appreciate everyone who has watched. Make sure, again, that you guys are also subscribing to the AOA Reacts channel. The link is in the description down below, so you can catch our live read-through of these previous 10 chapters and the ones before it as well, in addition to all of our live reactions that we have to various anime that are out there. You might just find something that you like. But wait a minute. Don't think I didn't I didn't forget it. Patreon. Why would I forget to shout out our patrons? Because they're freaking awesome. Thank you very much to our patrons, especially our acolyte to anime, Stoic, Minduit, and Nathan. Thank you. I got it.
He's like, how could you forget? I never forget.
It's been a long day, okay?
Yeah, no, it has. We love you guys.
We appreciate you and love you all from the bottom of our hearts. Anyway, I think I got everything down. We're going to head out. Until next time, peace out, Girl Scouts.
Peace.
Ninjas are samurais, blaze of the kunais. Find me in the leaf of the cloud, screaming out Bankai. We just some ghouls though, who like seeing parts fly. They like what you saying, Goma got more through the storylines. I tested your neck from the start, my hunters gon' come for your heart. I promise you'll land in my boulevard, left them in one piece, no